What's up, guys? So this is gonna be a little bit different. I This is gonna be kind of like the intro to the podcast I want to do, and this is gonna be my last post for a while. I think I really just need to focus in on me and my family, and I don't know. It just feels right to kind of go on a break. And so I want to kind of go over everything that's kind of going on down in Florida, and still have trading involved and all that kind of stuff. But it's been a lot of figuring myself out, and I mean, I was completely lost when I came down here. I had to deal with a bunch of different emotions. I had anger. I had the worst case of grief that I've ever had in my life. I felt alone. I felt scared, honestly, for the first time. I mean, I had a whole community behind me back in Kentucky. I still don't really know anybody down in Florida. I mean, I've met like a handful of really cool people that have kind of taken me in under their wing, but I've been very secluded. I felt like with everything that kind of like happened, like leading up to coming to Florida, I felt like I was really broken, and it took me some time to really work on stuff. And it was so funny because it's like I get into such a working mode that it's like I get laser focused on stuff, and I miss obvious things. And I came down here, and my whole plan was to just be a full-time day trader. But because I didn't have my head on straight, I just blew another account. I can't believe I did it, because I had some of the best trades in my career. Like, it's all there, but it's like I'm trying to force stuff, and because I'm trying to force things, it just doesn't work out. It's like a constant battle between my head and my heart, and my heart always knows what's right, but it's funny how easy it is for the mind to creep in and just kind of ruin stuff. Like when I first came down here, my whole idea was, oh man, everyone's gonna tell me that everything's gonna go horrible. It's gonna be a disaster. I need to sell this house as fast as possible and get out of here and figure it out. I don't know. I got down here and it wasn't ideal at all. It was not ideal. I had a lot of stuff that I need to work on, and the craziest thing was I was so comfortable back in Kentucky that I don't know, like I had people that knew all these skills, and instead of me learning these skills on my own, I had other people do it for me. And I don't know, it was a very big learning experience when I came down here. It's like I felt like I was transforming from a child to a man kind of thing. And it's like I'm older, but like I feel like I had this just child mentality about me. I never followed rules. I never had like structure. I never did all this stuff. And I had all these conversations with people about how, well, come on, man, you had so much discipline in kickboxing. It's like, yeah and no. I mean, like, I had a lot of discipline in kickboxing because, like, it was the fear of disappointing my coach that held me intact and made me just grind like crazy. Like, I was trying to prove to him that I could achieve our goals. And that's what, like I would go in and I would do what I would want to do. I would go out and eat food and party a little bit too hard or do this or that, but he would always be there to reel me back in. And so he did teach me discipline, but it was a discipline in like what he wanted. It was I don't know, like I hated running. I didn't want to go run, but like it showed me like that's what you gotta do with the job. And I feel like that's what I was missing a lot in trading. And one of the great gifts that he gave me was that work ethic. And I slacked off, with trading. I wasn't tracking stuff. I wasn't doing. I would get onto things for like a week. I would do these daily vlogs and talk about my trades, and I would do it when things were going bad. But when they were going good, I would slack. They go right back to being bad, and then I'd start doing them again. I'd start doing really, really good, and I'd slack. And it's like, dude, it's like I have all the answers on how to be successful in whatever I want to do. It doesn't matter if I decide to never trade again. It doesn't matter if I decide to never kickbox again. It doesn't matter anything. Like, if you put the work in, you can achieve anything. And that's one of the best life goals I learned from Eric. But one thing that it wasn't a problem with me and Eric or me and Jay or me and any of the other people that I feel like have really kind of guided me in my life, but I would try to live my life their way, by their style, and it would always cause problems. Like, it would be good for a while, but then it's like it never really quite worked out, because I was trying to live life the way that other people saw value in life. And I feel like that's the thing that like I really started learning down here, because I got down here, I was like, I don't know, what do I want to do? What makes me happy? And it was weird, because anybody that actually watches this video, like, I would think that they'd be able to figure out what makes them happy, but like, does it really make you happy, or does it make people around you happy, or does it, I don't know, like, who are you really doing it for? And that's what kind of started clicking with me, was I really did, like, some of my best memories of my life are thanks to kickboxing. But it wasn't the kickboxing that I enjoyed the most. It was having a father for the first time in my life. I got to travel the world with Eric. I was with Eric every day, and I got to really know him. And thanks to him, like, he had a very interesting way of teaching me, of showing me, like, it's like he knew me before I knew myself. And I was very, very lost, and like, there was a lot of different things that, like, I would have saved myself a lot of time and money if I would have listened to him. But I feel like that's just how life is. Or at least how my life is. I have to learn these hard lessons on my own, After I kicked my account down pretty good, I went back and started reading all of the messages I used to do with Jay in trading. And he would tell me over and over and over and over all of these things I was messing up on. And he's right. But I was explaining to my buddy yesterday that unfortunately, like, I wish I could change who I am or how I do things, but that's just how I am. Like, I'm gonna screw up on stuff and I'll learn from it. I won't do it again. And yeah, like, the only reason, like, I've been trying to go too fast. I have this dream that I want to succeed at this or that, and I've been going way too fast, and I need to slow the brakes down. And so I start working on me, and so that's what I've been doing the last few months, is just trying to slow everything down, trying not to get in these work modes. And it's like, the more I allow myself to relax, I would build my account back up. I'd start feeling happy, start doing whatever. Like, I would just randomly go do stuff. You go to the beach, or go to Disney Springs, or just drive around, look at the city, like, explore it. Like, I got in here and it's like I went into complete hermit mode. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to do anything. And I feel like when I was talking to my brother yesterday, it's because, well, I've been doing a Tony Robbins thing, and like, one of the lessons yesterday was who was the old you. And when he said that, like, it kind of clicked to, like, a lot of different things in my life. And it's like, I feel like when COVID hit, it's just snapped my identity. For 12 years, I've been kickboxing. I've been living this lifestyle. And if I really loved it, I would have picked it back up right when COVID opened up. But, like, it did something to me. And it made me realize that, I don't know, I feel like, for me, feeling accomplished, feeling, I don't know, I wanted to find something more. Like, it's always good to, I'm always going to be able to go back and watch my old fight videos. I love watching them. And I miss kickboxing. I wish that there was a gym that I actually would want to go join down here, but there isn't. And so, I don't know. I feel like eventually I would like to figure out something to get, maybe my own gym going, or like a small club. It doesn't even have to be a gym. Like, I remember going to Holland. One of my best memories ever was living with the Rosemullins. And William had a gym, but he didn't really need to make any money off of it. He had a different career and stuff. That way he got to run things his way. It was his way or the highway, and I loved that. And it was so cool going in there and just seeing how happy they all were. They were just living their life the way that they want to, and they figure everything out. And it's just like, I feel like that's what I'm doing down here, is I'm trying to listen to my heart more, follow my gut. But it's so funny because I feel like in Kentucky I had this ego that I would listen to my head all the time, and I'd get in these loops, and I would fight against myself all the time. It's part of the reason that me and my coach would always talk about, like, me showing up to a fight and not being able to tie my shoes, or me being a rock star. And I feel like when I was in my head, and that's when I couldn't tie my shoes. I would think too much, and I would overanalyze things, and it would screw me up. But anytime that I can relax and stay calm, it's like the most amazing things happen. And that's actually how I'm gonna kind of end this. I could be talking for hours, but the most amazing thing in the world happened to me down in Orlando. And I came down here and I had a mortgage, and I didn't know how the heck I was gonna make ends meet. And so I rented out 2 of the rooms, and it was funny because I had all these single bachelor guys hit me up like, oh dude, this is gonna be a crazy house, like blah, blah, whatever. And I was just like, I was gonna rent out 2 of the rooms to pay for the entire mortgage. I was gonna have a mortgage. And I was just like, heck yeah, dude. Like, but then I had this mother with her 2 kids message me. And actually, I had her message me first. And she wanted to get in, but like I was gonna help her out. She had 2 kids, and I don't know. Like I had it. We made a deal that was a little bit different, but like then I started getting blown up with all these guys wanting to rent this room, and I was just like, I remember I was out in Idaho, and I was just like, first off, I thought I was absolutely out of my damn mind for coming out here. Like, everything, like, logically was telling me that this is the worst idea ever. Don't do it. Sell the house. Get out of it. Whatever. But I kept on telling all my family. That's the whole reason I'm even here, is because my family, they understood me. I told them, I was like, my head tells me this is the dumbest idea ever. I was like, but my gut is excited about going. I don't know why I want to go. I feel like I'm being drawn to Florida. Like, I feel like it'll be great. And they told me just to follow my gut, and it won't. Even if it does end up bad, at least I follow my gut. That's important. I'll be at least living life the way that I want to live. If I listen to my head, it's usually other people's hopes or doubts that are in your head. And so I listened to them. I came down here and I rented the room to Yuri and her 2 kids, Danny and Kami. And it was cool. It was different at the very beginning, but like, well, because like, so Yuri can speak English. She speaks, like, I think she speaks good English. She gets all frustrated and she doesn't think she speaks English very well. But Danny and Kami don't speak English very well at all. But like, it's been crazy because it's like the whole time I was in my room just trying to work. I was working like crazy, and I was studying and doing all this stuff, and they come and need something. And like at the very beginning, it wasn't anything like major, like little stuff. And so I started helping them out, and then I don't know what the hell happened. It just kind of worked into. I started doing kickboxing with Kami. I felt like Kami was lonely. He needed somebody, and so he's turned into my little buddy. I invited him everywhere with me. His birthday's next week, so he's gonna get to go to the gym with me, and so he's gonna be my workout buddy from now on. And he's been trying to teach me how to play Minecraft, which I absolutely suck at, but he loves it, man. And and then there's Danny. She doesn't know how to drive, and she doesn't have any confidence in herself. She doesn't believe in herself. And I took her out driving, and I'm not a patient person at all normally, but I was so patient with her, and she did great. She got out on the highway. I probably shouldn't, like, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have allowed her to go on the highway, but I was just like, you know what, like, it's at the very end, like, let's do something that, like, gives you some confidence. So I took her out on the highway, and she about had a panic attack. Pretty much everything that she could do wrong, she did wrong. But I was talking to her, calming her down. She got to the side of the road, and like, she looked like she was having a panic attack. And I remember talking to her, and I was just like, breathe. It's okay. Are you okay? She's like, yes. It's like, am I okay? Yeah. It's like, then who gives a shit? So what are you worried about? You totaled my car? I don't care about the car. All I need is a car to get me from point A to point B. The only thing I care about is you. And are you okay? I can replace the car, but I can't replace you. And it was a very cool moment between us. And like, she got so much joy out of it. We drove around again, and I surprised her. She didn't know where the hell she was going. I took her back to the highway, and I looked at her. I was like, all right, pull off to the side of the road. I was like, breathe deeply and relax. And she's like, okay. I was like, think it through in your head. Like, envision yourself doing it correctly, and just do it. And she did it. And she was so unbelievably proud of herself. Like, that's one of the coolest memories of my life. And I don't know, it just got all these cool memories. And then I met this awesome couple at Estevan's Kitchen, where I managed the restaurant, and they invited me out to Disney Springs. And so the mom, Yuri, I thought that she was very pretty. And like, the thing about her though was how kind and loving she was, and how grateful she is for everything. Like, the littlest things, like, she's so unbelievably grateful for. But it's the mindset that she has that's like the most powerful thing in the world. And I had all this deep inside of me, but my head's like, no, dude. Like, you're not going to start anything with anybody for a long time. You're not going to do this. You got to follow these steps. You got to do this. You got to work. You got to have all these accomplishments before you achieve whatever. And we went out dancing, and I had that moment. That was literally the best moment of my entire life. I had a great time kickboxing. I loved being in front of thousands of people, everyone screaming, or the biggest wins of my trades. But nothing mattered except for that moment. Like, I was so stiff and nervous because, like, there was a big crowd at Disney, and I suck at dancing. Well, no, see, like, that's bullshit. Because when I relax, I don't know, maybe I don't dance perfectly, but I'm good at dancing. I have rhythm. But like, I've somehow got stuck in my head that I can't dance. I dance all the damn time. I dance at work. I dance all over the place. I like dancing. But like, I was so stiff, and she got me to relax. I start moving, using my hips, and it was crazy. And I don't know what happened, but I really don't know if she kissed me or if I kissed her. I have no idea what happened. But I've never felt something like that in my entire life. It's like, I've been reading The Power of Now, and it's always saying that, like, the best moments in life are always in the present. And I felt glimpses of that. But it's usually when I scare the shit out of myself. That's why I loved kickboxing so much. It's why I like to get a rush from trading. Like, whenever I had a big win, I would feel that rush that would make me feel in the moment. But I've never quite felt like I was in the moment until I got that kiss. And it just blew my mind. And I don't know, like, everything just kind of kick-started from there. And it's just like, then I started looking around, like, one of the things I always idolized Eric for was in my eyes, he had a perfect family. He had a perfect situation. He was able to bring his family to a gym. He was always around his kids, always around his wife. They were so happy together. And like, I feel like that's what I always wanted. Like, yeah, I wanted to be a world champion, but like, I always talked about like, oh, I want to have a gym one day so that I can raise my family there. I want to have a gym one day so I can raise my family there. I feel like I've always wanted a family. But in that moment when I got back, my head was spinning. And I got back to the house and I was just like looking around, and like Kama ran up and gave me a hug. He's like, hey, you want to play Minecraft? And Danny's like, no, he's going to take me out driving. And they're like fighting over me. And I like look around, I'm like, holy shit, dude. I have a family. And I don't know exactly when it happened. Because like I get these, my worst thing in life is I get so focused on shit that I miss out on the important things. And I had one of the craziest things happen to me the other day. So my mom's been calling me up non-stop. My grandpa hasn't been doing very well. I got to FaceTime him, and that was I've never been more proud of myself than when I FaceTime my grandpa. I got to show him my house, and he was blown away. He's like, man, kid, you're really doing it. You're doing a great job. Just, he always told me, like, I don't know if he knew that I was dating Yuri yet or not, but if he didn't, he must have got like a sense, because he told me, he's like, I'm going to tell you something. He's like, you always treat her like a queen. And I was just like, I will, Grandpa. And it was crazy because that was, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or something like that. And the other day, 2 days ago, he passed away. But it's weird because my mom's always tried to get me to join our church and do this and do that, but like, it's never been for me. It's not my thing. But she said something that I thought was the craziest thing in the world. She's like, don't be shocked if your grandpa comes and visits you when he passes. And I was just like, like she was really down. So I'm not gonna be like, that's crazy, Mom. But like, that's what I was thinking in my head. I was like, that's not gonna, what are you talking about? Well, it was the first day of the Tony Robbins thing, and I was so dead set. I was like, this is gonna fix everything. This is gonna make me successful. This is gonna do this and do that. No interruptions. Well, my mom started blowing me up. My brother started blowing me up, and I was just like, dude, I don't have time for this. Like, I'm doing like a 2 hour long, actually it was like 2.5 hours long. And so I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm sitting there, and like, I can feel myself starting to get pissed off because they won't leave me alone. And then I felt it. And it was the craziest experience of my entire life. And I was just like, I sat there and it scared the shit out of me, because like, I literally snapped out of doing the webinar, and I was just like, I put it on record. I started recording it, and I just like, holy shit. I was like, I don't know what that was, but like, I had all these thoughts popping into my head, and I was just like, I don't know, I felt my heart. And I was just like, I gotta call my mom. I called her, and I don't know what was up with her FaceTime. It was a whole family FaceTime, and hers was off for some reason. I'm assuming she was crying so much that she didn't want anybody to see her. But I saw my brother, and when I saw my brother's face, it dawned on me. I was just like, damn, dude. Grandpa's gone. And I don't think that I really understood how big of a role model he was until that happened. But I remember talking with him and all the life lessons that he gave me. And for whatever reason, I followed my gut. And I ended up proposing to Yuri that night. And my grandpa's 63rd anniversary was going to be on, I can't remember when in August it was, or April it was. But I talked with Yuri, and I was like, my grandpa is very, very important to me. And a way I want to honor him is I want to start our life in April. And when's your mom's birthday? Because I know her mom is very important to her. I was like, what day's your mom's birthday on? She said the 24th. So on April 24th, I'm going to go marry Yuri on Melbourne, Florida, on the beach. And I had all these ideas. I've been talking to my mom and my brother and stuff about how I feel about Yuri and the peace that she gives me, and how I really do see myself living a great life with her. And I told him, I was like, I'm going to use that as motivation. I have to earn X amount of money in the stock market. I have to achieve this. I have to achieve that. I have to do this and do that. And until I do all that stuff, I don't earn it. But when I felt my grandpa, like, it clicked in me that it's like, as long as you treat her like a queen, you earned it. And so that's what I'm doing. And what I decided is I can't trade right now. So I withdrew all my funds. And until I feel comfortable with everything, or everything's going good, I'm not going to trade anymore. I'm going to stop being in such a workaholic mode and just busting my ass for no reason. I'm going to go out and enjoy life with my family. And so her sister's here visiting, and I asked her, I was like, what's something you want to do while you're in America? And she said Disney World. She's never been to Disney World before. I've never been to Disney World, really. But so I'm going to take them out to Disney World. We're all flying out to Idaho tomorrow to go to me and my grandpa's funeral. And it's just, I've never felt so right in my life. That's the funniest thing. Like, if anybody's actually ever even made it this far, I feel like your heart always knows what to do. But for some reason, everyone's gotten so attached to thinking, like, oh, it's not normal. This isn't normal. That's not normal. It's not the right process. Who made up all that shit? Who made up all the steps? Who determined what's normal? I don't know who it is. And honestly, even if I did, who gives a shit? From now on, like, I need to stop listening to my head so much. I need to start listening to my heart, because that's what I've been doing down here. And I was listening to my head, and I was getting myself into the worst situation ever. the second I just shut it up, or like just got so overloaded with stress that it just blanked out, I started following my heart. And everything's worked out down here. I have an absolutely amazing house. I have an absolutely amazing family. And I am super, super happy. And I don't know, so I feel like I wish I would have put this at the very beginning of the video, but this is also why I'm doing a podcast, because I said this is going to be a short video, and this is the longest video ever. But this is what I've created for myself. I never thought that I would be able to be this happy. You know, I can think about all the materialistic stuff. Like, yeah, this house is amazing. I love it. I have a nice car. I have nice things. But I've never prioritized what's important. I've never truly loved. And I feel like this is the first time that I've felt really complete, really good with life. And I don't know, in this moment, that's what feels right. So I'm gonna do it. But I think it's time for me to get off of Facebook and Instagram for a while. I don't know when I'm going to be back on, but I'm going to start figuring out this idea for legacy. I'm starting up a Discord room where I start doing videos like this. I'm going to start doing the podcast. I have a lot of videos over the last 2 years that I've made. I'm going to throw them out there, different emotions that I've been dealing with. And I want to make like a place where people can feel safe to talk about their stuff, but have like a community to back them and be there. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start laying the foundation for that. I'm going to start figuring out, once I have that figured out, I have kind of groundwork, then maybe I'll get back on Facebook, maybe I'll get back on Instagram. I don't know. No, I definitely will, because I'll start throwing out these videos again, but in the podcast. But for right now, I think I need to take some time and really enjoy life and be in the moment. So, sorry for the long video. I love you guys. Yeah. I'll get back on here before to like let everybody know how everything's going and stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something from all this. I don't know. My buddy told me that this is like therapy. I feel great after doing these videos, but I feel like it's also really important because there isn't a lot of people being real out there. People don't want to show like what's really going on in their life. They want to escape to the metaverse and do all this stupid shit. All people need to do is be real and accepting of each other. And so, I don't know, it's my way of doing it. Maybe everybody thinks I'm absolutely out of my damn mind and this is the craziest shit ever. I don't know. I don't care. It makes me feel good, so at the least, thank you guys for whoever watched this, because the fact that knowing that like at least one person could probably watch this makes me nervous as shit. It makes me own all this stuff, and so it's been very beneficial to me. I just hope that other people found value in this the way I did. I hope that people can find this kind of happiness like I did. So anyways, love you guys, and I'll be back when I'm back. See ya.